Let's get this one in one take because I don't want to edit it. Hi, it's Bodger the Inquisitor. I'm going to introduce you to another based mantra. This one is there's nothing to push away, there's nothing to hold on to. It's a long-winded one, there's a lot of syllables, but it kind of has a beat to it and has some rhythm and could possibly make for a good song. So look out for that on my SoundCloud. Anyway, so what it deals with is the idea that we think we have an issue that's bothering us, and you probably heard a lot of talk about this. I hear it's rhetoric is what it is. You hear, goes back to one of my other videos. It's like, think happy thoughts, or follow the love part of your day. Follow the happy things, and don't F with those bad vibes. Push away the bad and embrace the good. And once again, doing that is a trap. You're setting yourself up to fail because you won't succeed in that. Everyone's trying that right now. All people are trying to do the happy thing, feel the good vibes, feel the good parts of life, and push away the dark, scary parts. But if you Google how neuroscience work, right? It doesn't. You can't do that. You have to come up with a system and be smart and tackle this problem of thoughts and reminders of the past and paranoia of the future eating you up. You can't just say, I'm gonna push away all the bad things and embrace all the good things. Once again, I described this in my other videos, so maybe I'm talking in circles. But anyway, so the mantra goes, there's nothing to push away, there's nothing to hold on to, which stems from there's nothing to do. Again, it's like a metaphysical, it's a claim, it's a state of mind, it's a way to be, not just a sing-song thing to sing, not just a song, it's a way of life, as one says, right? So there is not a celebratory feeling that following good things that you should try to sink into and keep at the top of your mind for the foreseeable future, right? Like after you have a success in life, you shouldn't treat that success like a mantra itself or some sort of token that's gonna help you continue for the next 1, 2, 3, 4 days, weeks, months. Life is long as fuck, it's a long time, at least for the average person. You're not gonna hold on to this token of goodness. Like I said, it would take a deep dive video to explain why that is. I've touched on it a few times in different videos, but again, if you're watching this, then most likely or hopefully you would take my word for that high highs and low lows I've seen go very bad. It just in my own life and people near me's lives. It's a trap. It's a scam. We all know you don't want to dwell on the low lows. That's a given, right? Everyone can understand that. But that doesn't go to say that you shouldn't cry. You should cry when something sad happens. You should cheer when something good happens. But you should neither cry for the rest of your life when something really bad happens, nor bask in, say, your peak in high school, right? Your glory days in high school. You shouldn't hold on to that, again, like a token for a while, right? It's back to this hippie, there's no time like the present. So there's no time like the present, right? Quite literally. It's something that I believe that if you accept as true physically, and metaphysically, spiritually, morally and ethically. Life is better. Not just like your life and how other people see your life. Like, what I mean is your conscious experience is better. Or even in other words, your endless suffering, your inevitable pain, being a conscious being, is better. So, not to shoot for having a better life, not to shoot for having a better conscious experience, but to subscribe to a metaphysical claim which results in later down the road, once you've embraced it for long enough and it becomes second nature, or internalized is a good word, I guess. Take my word that it becomes easier to be. It's easier to have acne, It's easier to lose someone. It's easier to get a shitty grade on your final. It probably sounds reminiscent of other philosophies, but if you think about it, it is a little bit different, right? It becomes easier exponentially to a limit, and at the limit, it's no longer about being easier. It's not about being easy. It's about it just dissipates. There is no hard or easy. There's existing and inevitability, knowledge of the pain that comes with existing in the first place. Being born into this world, being forced into becoming a consciousness is fucking painful. And it's weird to talk about because I'm framing it as it gets easier, but it really comes to a point, like I said, where there's a threshold and it stops getting easier, and it just stops. It just stops being the pain stops being a part of your experience. The pain then becomes a part of what goes on in the universe, inevitably, due to cause and effect and due to events unfolding because they have to. And then you can choose whether to suffer at that point, in my opinion. Once again, it sounds like some goofy mystical shit, but again, I addressed that in another video, and it's one of the hardest things for me to not preach, kind of stay on this tone and stay on this down to earth level with you. I don't want followers, really. I don't want to write a book about this. It feels, the change, like I said, the binary change that happens at that threshold where that everything disappears. The switch that flips it's just unimaginable. It's impossible to explain. It's impossible to convey. And it's an unimaginable feeling. It's just like a holy shit in your face. Yes, again, it's analogous to finding Christ and fucking other religious stuff, but it's analogous to that, but I don't look at it like that usually. Sometimes I have fun with it and I play around with that spiritual thinking, but at the end of the day, it's facts don't care about your feelings kind of shit. Man, I just went on so long without continuing to talk about the mantra, but it's because this means a lot to me. So back to the mantra, right? There's nothing to push away. There's nothing to hold on to. There is there is no good or bad way to deal with the ups and downs of life, right? Objectively, since we know that it can't be described without bringing in a bunch of subjective stuff and writing religious texts, or I don't know, creating laws or writing these moral codes that humans have always done through history. It's an acceptance that there is really nothing to celebrate, and there's nothing to fear. Right? It sounds bleak a little bit. Again, goes to the precipice of nihilism and how you can do what I'm talking about without being nihilist and being like distant from the social fabric. Like, you can be part of it. So to close and stop rambling, there's nothing to push away, meaning it's not your choice. You don't have an option to get rid of negative emotions. You can't do it. You can in the conscious, you can in the top layer, and you can try, but you will fail, as I failed, and as everyone's always failing all around me to this day, pushing away what sucks. You just take what sucks and see it as a neutral object. You see it as something that is not something that sucks, kinda. And again, I go over this in other videos. And then there's nothing to hold on to, meaning there's, again, don't confuse this with not being happy on the day your child is born. Just, there's nothing to keep, there's nothing to have, there's nothing to, there is no token or object that you're going to cradle constantly that's going to make everything better and make you happy. So there's nothing to push away, there's nothing to hold on to, there's nothing to do. Just let it go. Just see what happens. Again, and don't do that to the point where it hurts other people. Still need to make the precipice of nihilism video because I talked to somebody recently about this. And I've had some new thoughts on it, so look out for that video. Anyway, I gotta cut this one short now or cut this one long. But anyway, I'm not editing anything. Okay, Bodger the Inquisitor out. Thanks, like and subscribe, or don't, whatever. Bye.